Okay, so this tutorial is going to be on how to use the Notability app. So here it is right there. That's the app. You can download it from the App Store. And now, once the application opens up for the first time after you buy it, it's going to run through you this welcome tutorial really quickly. The other thing you can do is that you can actually go through and read this user guide, which is pretty helpful. That's how I pretty much learned how to use this off the bat. So one of the things that you want to do after you read the welcome and the user's guide is to go over here under settings and tap on that, and it's going to bring up this menu over here. Now on this menu, what you want to do is you should have the auto sync enabled. So when you go over here, what it's going to do is every time you enter a note, it's automatically going to go and send it to the cloud. So in case if you lose your iPad or for whatever reason you delete it by mistake, hopefully it should stay up there if the file is transferred through successfully. So I use Dropbox, so I've got that checked out. And first time when you go onto it, when you click on Dropbox, it'll go through and ask you for your username and password. And then once you enter your username and password, it's going to ask you to select a folder to save the files to. So I already selected Notability, and this is where all my files are going to go. Now, you will have to go on to log into Dropbox and add a folder named Notability or whatever else that you want, and then you can go ahead and select it. Right off the bat, you're not going to find this folder Notability over there. So let's go back over here. So make sure you have that over there. Now, as far as themes go, you have a few different options and what the screen will look like in the background. I use clean, but you can use this colorful theme as well. And there you can see how the background, the colors change a little bit. Then there's also this classic. So for now, I'm just going to stick with the default. Now let's go back over here. The next thing that you have is paper. Well, what's the default paper that you want? Nice thing about this is if you want to have lines, just like a standard college ruled, you can go ahead and select that. If you want a little bit more wider, you have options to select that. Also for your math and science classes, they also have the graph paper that you can choose. So if you're going to do a lot of typing, you may want to have that, or even if you're going to do handwriting. I kind of like the college ruled notebook that's there. You could also just have a plain white, or if you want like a color, a blue, you can have blue in the background, or this sand color as well. So whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it to white for now. So let's go ahead and go back. And the other things that you have is text settings. Well, for body, which font do you want? The font's set up right now at 22. If you look over here, the color that's going to be, it's going to be black. You can also select the font that you want. So for now, it's set on Gill Sans. If you want to go tap it and change it to Arial, go ahead, you can do that. Let's just leave it on that. And let's see, let's go back. Font size, if you want to change it, if you think that's too large for you, go ahead and change it to 20, 21. I'm just going to leave it at 20. If you want to start off in bold, you can just click on that. This is the B for bold or italics or underlined. Next thing you have is Caption Font. There's captions that you can also have in this program. So again, you're just going to go through it. Gill Sans seems to be the standard for it, size 22. And then you can pick a color as well. Title font. Well, again, for the title of each new note that you create, again, same thing. So I just set mine to Times New Roman. Font size I left at 22, and I'm just going to select bold for now. So, and then it gives you an example of what it's going to look like over there, right there. Now, other settings that's over there, cloud services. Well, we already got Dropbox set up. If you want to add Box or iDisk or WebDev, you can go ahead and click on those as well. Now, if you're left-handed, a lefty, there's a left-handed mode that you can turn on or turn off or do whatever you want. Default note title, I'm just leaving it to note. But if you want to put something else down, go ahead and feel free to put whatever that you want down. If you want to append the date to the note titles, which I kind of like, This way I'll know. Well, if I'm like, for example, if I'm taking notes for math class or any other class that you're in, and you want to be able to sort through, what was the notes that I had from 3 weeks ago? Well, you can just look at the dates and it'll go through pretty quickly. You can also append the time to the notes title if you want as well, which is a pretty helpful feature as well. If you want, you can do that. I've got it off. Let's see, as you go down, spell check is on. You can just tap anywhere to start typing. I've got that on as well. It's just a convenience feature. If you tap and hold on to an area, you can actually you go into a mode that's called zoom writing, which is pretty helpful, and I'll show you in the tutorial how that works. The other thing you might want to do is if you have your iPad to shut off after 2 minutes of not using. A lot of times you may be sitting in lecture or in a meeting and there's nothing that you're typing for 2 minutes, and if you have auto off set for 2 minutes, your iPad will shut off. Well, you can actually, if you tap this on, it'll ignore that sleep timer, and your iPad won't go to sleep. Alright, so that's just the basics for the settings. Now, one of the things that you want to do, especially if you're a student, is you want to create subject folders, I guess. So if you look over here on this side, the left side is where you have your folders, and on the right side is where you're going to have the notes. So if I click over here on this plus sign over there, and it says add subject, well, let's add a subject. Let's call this science. And actually, let's make that the category. Alright, so our category is going to be science. Now, under science, what we could do is we can add subjects, and to this subject, what we're going to add is, let's do chemistry. Okay, and you see under the science folder, you have chemistry, and let's add another one. Let's do biology. There we go. So we have chemistry and we have biology over here. And if you want to add another subject or another category, now let's do another category. Let's do category math. There we go. Now we got math over there. So now when you go under math, now also if you push on the plus and minus, it'll expand or retract the notebooks, I guess, if you want to call it, that are within these categories. So if you go to math over here, there's nothing over here, but let's go ahead and add something over here. So let's add, go to subject again, and let's type in pre-algebra. Oh, alright. Put a little dash over there. Done. Alright, now let's add another one. Let's do geometry. Done. Alright, so as you see now, I've got what do I have? Two categories, science and math, and if I expand on them, you'll see that we have chemistry and biology underneath them. So let's say, what else? Oh yeah, the other pretty cool thing about here is if you can actually set passwords. So if you go over here, you click on edit, and so let's say under geometry, well, click on this tab over here, the wheel next to geometry, and this little thing will pop up. Let's do that again. So again, under geometry, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. See that little wheel over there? When you tap on that, this window will pop up. And over here, what you could do is, well, if you want to delete the subject, you can go ahead and delete it from there. But, for example, you want to change the colors around. I don't know, maybe you want to make it orange. And you want to add some text to it, or assign it an icon. Here, let's just do this for now. And how cool is this? Let's create a password for this. So 1, 2, 3, and just confirm. Oops, all right. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. Set password. So now, if you want to go into geometry, you'll see that right now it's unlocked. But if it's locked, then you gotta enter the password in order to get in there and to do whatever you need to do.